Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarouge.
And this is The Wheel of Time, Season 2, Episode 8.
8. Finale.
But not series finale. They've already recorded Season 3. Everyone's waiting on that Season 4 renewal, hoping it comes soon. I have a feeling we might wait a little bit longer on that renewal than some people are talking about on Twitter. But
Season 4?
Yeah.
They've done Season 3.
They've already recorded it. Or they have wrapped all of the filming in...
Somewhere.
Prague?
Okay.
But they're not done filming in South Africa.
Gotcha. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Before we get into the finale, I really liked episode 5 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
I think episode 7, I rewatched it, and I think that it is a good episode that has nothing to do with the show. So I think that it is a well-made episode of television about something else.
Sure.
And those other things might come back in later seasons in a fun way, or maybe they won't. I'm not sure.
We'll find out.
It certainly sowed discord among characters who... Never mind. What do you... I think you feel kind of the same way that I do.
Yeah. I didn't love episode 7. I like some of the choices that were made. Some of the choices that were made, even if you take out the books, I think are the less interesting choice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Personally, for me, especially with the journey of these characters that we've had so far. So I don't know. It definitely felt like manufactured drama as opposed to character-driven drama.
The point I'm trying to make is that I think that the back half of the season was stronger than the front half.
Yep.
And the last 3 episodes have been better than season 1 or the first half of season 2. So as we head into this finale, I'm hoping that we're on the right trajectory, momentum-wise.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to see in this finale? What are you looking forward to before we get to it?
I want to see how they pull off the horn.
I'm very excited about the horn.
I want to see
I don't
the big
really understand how they
fantasy
get to the
stuff.
horn, but
yeah, the how and the how is.
I'm curious
whatever.
who's gonna blow the horn. I mean, maybe it's Matt. I just don't know how I don't know how they get Matt involved in any of this. So I'm very curious.
True.
I'm excited.
Although Matt is the only one in the keep right now where the horn is being stored, apart from Loyal and Ingtar. So
I'm assuming everyone gets into the keep at some point.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm very excited for the Sky Battle.
Yeah.
A lot of this season has looked cheaper than its budget, and I'm thinking that it's because they saved money for this episode.
Yeah, I
the
feel...
fires, the burning of the Foregate looked very cheap to me.
Yeah, I think this one's gonna be a banger.
And so the Sky Battle I'm really excited for. I'm very curious to see Perrin and Dane reunite now because I really like the actor who plays Dane, and I'm glad that I do because I'm excited for their kind of tension between them.
Yeah.
I'm excited to... I really want to see Elaine and Nynaeve save Egwene.
Yeah.
Just because Elaine has been wonderful this season. Like, that actress, she's crushing it. I love show Elaine. I think they've nailed her character.
She just hasn't had anything to do.
Right, so getting her to show her friendship to Egwene by saving her in that moment, I'm really excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up this season, and then once the strike is over... we're going to do a live stream. We're going to chat Wheel of Time with
that live stream might predate when this goes up.
Maybe. Hopefully it does.
Yeah.
That would be nice, but we'll
because
find
the
out.
stream, the strike will end, and then we want to do that live stream right away, right? Not wait for the 16 days of...
I mean, I guess, but people aren't going to know our thoughts, and so they won't go watch the videos if we just live stream it.
Interesting.
It's a dilemma.
We'll make a plan for that later. If you want the Flying Through Action, go to patreon.com/nerdynightly. But if you don't, stay here, because you're already here. Maybe we'll do 2 live streams. Or 10. We'll do a live stream per episode. We'll drop it, and then we'll do a live stream about that episode.
Well, watch us watch the episode. No.
We'll do a live stream reaction to our own reaction.
Oh, my God.
All right. Let's do this. I would love to know when Moraine got that information.
Which one?
About the dragon proclaiming himself at Falme.
Probably what she's
shit.
been researching for months. Well, that changes a lot.
Yep.
Interesting.
Oh, they brought the theme back for the finale.
Thank God.
Wow, okay. That
so
was
good.
an interesting choice.
Yeah. No winter dragon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can never have that scene now. That sucks.
Yeah. It also means that dragon mount has to be different.
No, Dragon Mount can't be different. Because it was in the Wheel of Time Origins, and I believe those are canon to the show. Unless those are not canon to the show.
I guess it doesn't need to be different, but yeah.
I would love to know who among the writing staff has read the books. Like, actually read the books.
All the way through.
Because I have so many questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get the Ilyena stuff anymore. Mm-hmm. That's so sad.
Yeah.
What's up, Daddy? His armor looks great.
Yeah.
We only have a few hours.
Hey, that looks like a significant number of people.
But we have something they don't. That's all for now.
What?
I don't know, but their armor looks good.
Above the watchers shall the dragon be proclaimed, bannered across the sky on fire.
See, everyone knows these prophecies.
I have no idea.
Oh, okay, I guess.
Moraine just didn't know them in season 1. But the White Cloaks are very aware of them.
Quiet back there. Should I worry? When the time comes, raise the banner.
What banner? But, like, that was very funny.
Where are we?
They haven't introduced the banner yet.
No.
Now close your eyes.
We can't talk about it, but very cool. I think I know what just happened.
Stay. It's not safe. I'll be back.
At least, like, tell him to go find shade.
Because you know you need me. I balance you.
Not you.
She's got everyone fucking hooked.
Yep,
Are those their actual seals?
I think so.
He just carries them around with him? What the fuck is this?
What is that?
What is that? Interesting.
To the tower!
Such a small gate.
Oh, it's gonna take them an hour to get everybody in.
Yeah.
But when a Damane disobeys orders in battle, the first punishment is to take her tongue.
I do like that they get battle eyeshadow.
Yeah.
I said, stand.
That actor is so good.
I know.
Perhaps it'll hurt more if I take this.
Egwene is gonna fucking murder you.
The Great Lord gave her eternal life. That's for me to worry about.
Oh, he did he now?
Ah, Matt Cawthon, my best and poorest customer.
Feel her in my mind. It's like a bundle of sensations. All I have to do is push. Don't lie to me!
Oof.
I promise you, I'll make you curse the first kiss your mother ever gave your father.
Brutal.
Yep.
Not gonna lie. And I was off to a pretty strong start.
Yeah.
The White Cloak charging the wall is
Yeah.
interesting, but like
It looks pretty good.
it's a little strange that that happened and none of our characters are involved in it.
Yeah, I didn't think that
Just
they could
pacing
be,
wise, it's a
so-
weird like
think they're just like, get the white cloaks into whatever's happening.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me.
Pretend they don't exist, like some hero from a Gleeman's tale.
He's fucking amazing.
I know.
He's such a good actor.
Left long enough alone in this room with just your thoughts and that dagger. You deserve it, man.
I'm really curious where they're going with Pat and Fane on the show.
Mm-hmm. It's very different.
Yeah. Which is, like, kind of fine, except that there's something really big that... Yeah.
Do you really want it back? After everything I've done to you?
I never asked for my bond to be released.
Oh, it is actually gone.
Oh.
It wasn't just the shield. Interesting.
I think you're afraid. You don't want me to know how weak you feel. Because then you'll have to face it yourself.
Lan's not holding back today.
Yeah, he's had enough.
Is that I've known one thing to be true since the first day we met. You have always been my better.
I don't know why they didn't face the other direction, so her hair's blowing out of her face. Isn't that what you're supposed to think about when you're composing shots?
I think it's just general wind. They're on a beach. There's not a lot they can do. I'm so glad this is finally over.
Yeah. I wish it had a, significant impact on me, but I just, it just felt so petty and childish at
It's
the
because it
beginning
was
of
a
the season.
season-long subplot to get the characters back to where they were at the beginning of the show.
Right.
It was just a long road back to where they were when we met them.
Right, yeah.
And so it's tough because it's like, they haven't changed.
Yeah.
Hold it! Permanent aura. Thank the light.
They already have the horn? That's so stupid.
Well,
We are all the heroes of another age's legend. I think it's time we start acting like it.
Let's go, Loyal!
hell yeah.
Where is she?
Oh, man. You know what I didn't say at the beginning that I'm so excited for?
What?
The Ingtar scene.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's not going to deliver it to Rand, which is a little unfortunate.
Yeah.
Why would you put them up here?
Because they can see everything. Without getting killed. Yeah, I mean, look at that.
There's no way to channel that accurately at a distance. Without...
It's more...
They're just gonna be
with it.
blowing shit up. Okay, yeah. Fuck civilians, I guess.
Oh, please. The Ascension don't give a fuck.
What an insane battle plan. You're gonna kill as many of your own soldiers as you are theirs. Alright.
Good girl.
I hate her.
The only thing that matters is the horn of Valia.
Oh, they just run into each other in the street. Alright.
Oh, well,
Alright.
that'll do it.
Serve the blood.
Cool. Alright. Yeah. I guess we haven't let Rand train in anything, so we couldn't let him have the battle. We couldn't do it. You know what I mean? So we
Yeah, because he hasn't used his sword.
No, the insane man from the asylum taught him. Let's go, Ingtar! Yeah! I love that they still haven't named Masima. He's just here. Wait, did they cut the Ingtar scene? Okay.
Well,
Alright. He just dies fighting. We're just like sonic zooming through all of the important stuff from the end of this book.
look, here's the thing. Ingtar has not had any kind of impact on me on the show, and so them taking that out, I don't think doesn't really matter.
It's when Rand... It's fine. Uno and Ingtar just die to die now. There's no meaning behind it, and that's unfortunate.
They were best friends.
Just like these kids.
They're like Merrily We Roll Along.
Merrily, merrily, rolling along. Hey, Pale Doman's here.
Hey!
You're going to take them to the deepest part of the ocean and throw them in, where no one can ever find them.
Interesting.
That's a fortune I'd be throwing away.
Oh, I'll make it worth your while.
See, I'm Team Lanfear. She's getting rid of the other evil people. She's gonna get Ishamael.
About other tasks to attend to.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Lanfear, too late.
Yeah. Didn't Moraine say if he touches it, he dies?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's why I'm, like, very confused why he's having a hard time.
Addiction, right?
I just don't think it's been portrayed very well.
Oh, no, I agree.
Like, and not...
Fuck off.
Not in his
fuck
acting.
this. Oh, God.
Oh.
He's making the...
Ashandarai?
Yeah.
There's no way. That is kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Like...
It's funny.
It feels very Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go, yeah.
That's the thing they stab Loyal with?
I know.
Wow, it's amazing that Loyal's okay.
Yeah.
An hour. I thought surely you'd last longer than that before you touched the...
Loopholes. All right.
Maybe they take Padden Fane in the direction we know him to go in because now he's separated from the dagger.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Brenna, you lost control of your Tamani.
No.
I mean, you have.
You never really had control.
That's a great shot.
A lot of this, because it's so compact in close quarters, a lot of it I actually think is like really well handled, especially to give it that chaotic feeling.
Yeah.
Wait, do you hear that?
Oh, fuck. Why would you launch siege engines when your people are already in the city?
Yeah, that's a terrible idea.
What the fuck? Oh, I guess if they're aiming for the tower. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. Because you know where the keep is. It's very easy to see. You might miss a few, but the ocean is behind it, so...
I think the assumption that they would put all their magic wielders up there is weird to me, but whatever. Like,
I don't know if they're necessarily aiming for the magic wielders, but that's where the, like, leaders would be.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Right? That's where they would imagine.
And it's where the magic wielders are, so maybe they saw that and that's why they launched them.
It's pretty easy to see where the fireballs come from.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Okay, so to get Nynaeve's juices flowing.
Juices flowing.
Well, because her block, right? Well, all the domain were taken out immediately. That was a lucky shot. God damn. Megan. I mean, it's for the best in some ways, but
Yeah.
I was kind of,
Didn't expect her to make it out. Is she gonna be able to...
What?
Oh, shit. What if she pops the collar on her? What happens?
I don't know.
Would it prevent her from doing that?
Yeah, because it would be a weapon. You'd be doing it to harm someone.
Maybe.
I would take a leap in logic that I don't know that I would fully buy.
I would buy it.
Hey, Baron! Baron!
Oh, hey!
Don't touch this dagger.
I hope your friends can fight.
Move! Boy, can they. Let's go, Masima!
Oh,
I guess she can?
First rule. You cannot hurt your Sultan.
So they're just gonna stand there till Nynaeve and Elaine show up?
Yeah, they're at an impasse, right? Like, they can't...
How is she channeling?
They work differently in the show.
But no, she still shouldn't be able to, just because...
Feel what I feel. If I die, you die.
I think this is supposed to be cool, but it's really just confusing.
It's confusing if you read the book.
Oh. Okay. No, because she should still not be able to hurt her.
She can't, like, pick up a weapon.
She can't channel without permission from the person wearing the thing. So
That's a book thing.
No, it's not. It's in this as well. So how... I don't mind the putting the collar on. You can maybe get around that. But then being able to harm the person, but they can't... Like, because... I don't know. That was very confusing.
The thing is, she didn't channel a harmful weave. She just lifted her up and, like, hung her on the wall.
Hey, Red's here!
Okay. If he saw where the fireballs were coming from,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know. I think, like, the mental gymnastics I have to do to make that scene work...
I think you have to do mental gymnastics to make it not work.
She should not be able to harm her while she wears the thing. I can understand them not being able to harm each other, but lifting her up and choking her on a thing is harming someone.
She just lifted someone and, like, placed her somewhere. The fact that she is choking afterwards is a technicality. It's not perfect. Like, I agree with you, but
I just think you've taken away the only reason Nynaeve and Elaine are in the episode. So, like, what do they do now? Fair. That's the only thing they do. That's the only reason they're here.
That's fair, that's fair.
So, like, why the fuck are they in the rest of the episode? You've taken away their arc. Nynaeve's redemption for getting Rima captured is saving Egwene, and now you've taken that away.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Here we go!
Ishamael. Look at her. You abandoned her. You made her a killer.
And they made her wear ballerina flats. Criminal. Oh, I guess they don't know how to open the box, so they're like, meh.
It's my mom's water pitcher. Can you imagine if he accidentally cut the horn in half?
That would be hilarious.
None of this matters if Rand doesn't have that. You're his only hope. So buy you some time. Go!
Interesting. This stuff is actually pretty great. Other than cutting out why Ingtar matters,
yeah,
this stuff has been pretty good this episode.
Mm-hmm.
2 rivers.
I love that there was a guy hanging off of him for like 30 seconds during that.
2 rivers. Oh, shit.
What you really are.
Hopper! My God. Oh. Why are they there?
They're probably guarding Ishamael, right?
Oh, don't let anyone up. Okay, yeah. Let's go! This armor looks really good.
Yes.
I do like the Sanchin armor quite a bit.
Yeah.
That bit of spittle, oh my God.
I remember.
Remember what? Is that Uno?
Yeah.
He's a flaming hero of the horn!
I guess so. That effect, though,
It looked
looked great. It reminded me of the intro with the weaving and the colors.
Hey, it's Brigitte!
Nice.
It's Poseidon.
The heroes of the horn.
It's Aquaman, actually.
The
Jason Momoa.
The 13 heroes of the horn.
Well, let's not just feck and stand here.
Would love to know how many of the writers have read the final book.
Now he's a master quarterstaffer.
See, I like that more.
Yeah, honestly.
That is better than the book version.
Yeah.
I think he has his past. I think that's how they're doing it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay.
Don't hate it, honestly.
I do, but it's fine.
It means a lot for the end, but
It means a lot for the whole story, but we'll get to why in the spoiler chat after.
yeah. I'm hoping that the other heroes are like downstairs or something.
No, there's 13 of them. I just want Perry to be like, is that fucking Uno?
Don't be so bloody surprised. I'm a hero of the horn.
I think we all are.
Let's go, Uno. I kind of love that. That's fun.
Why though? Like, why is he there?
Because he's a hero of the horn.
But why?
He always was and always will be.
Sure.
Which is why he was called to protect the horn. That's why he was there in...
Called?
Well, like, in Faldara, he was there protecting the horn, even though he was not from that country. His spirit like, it makes sense to me that he would naturally feel like he needed to preside over it.
All right.
Your wisdom.
I've got some rosemary and oregano for you.
Maybe.
Break the end off. What are you doing? Don't push the fleshing through the wound.
Well, you have to get... It's not a very long crossbow bolt.
You snap where the feathers are, and then you pull out from the other side.
Only if it's already through the other side. You have to poke it through the other side so you can grab it first.
I'm sure it's already through.
No.
There's only this much coming out.
Yeah, a crossbow bolt is like not that large.
What are these two doing?
No idea.
Did they take away the only thing they do in this and then not give them anything to do?
Let's find out.
Fight in the sky. Come, let's just get to it. Unless they've cut that too. I don't know at this point.
Egwene's gonna break his shield, right? I thought Lanfear might, but she's awake, so...
Oh well.
Oh my god.
Such a simple illusion. How could you not see it? Ran, I'm sorry.
Holy shit.
You cannot face down one of the chosen, child.
Watch me, bitch.
Come on, Egwene. You're not gonna dodge the allegations that you keep taking away all of Rand's cool stuff and giving it to women if you keep taking all of Rand's cool stuff away and giving it to women. I'm not saying that I agree with that criticism wholeheartedly, but you're certainly not gonna dodge the allegations by having Rand not fight Turok, not fight Ishamael.
Yeah.
Egwene saves herself, and then she fights the Forsaken, and nobody else needs to be here. We just need... Everyone else is just there to get hurt, and Egwene is there to save the day. Why are these Sanshin soldiers here?
Why are they running at him one at a time?
What is happening?
Oh, Moraine is gonna save the shield. Is gonna take his shield off. I thought it might be Lanfear, but...
How, though? She can't just attack boats.
Why?
They're not attacking her. She's...
They are attacking Falme. Like, the Sanshin, they can use...
I'm here. None is it.
They carry Elaine?
Is Perrin helping with the magic shield by wielding a real shield? As far as mute cutes go, that's not bad.
Hey, I'm saving your life.
Oh boy.
I think Moraine would be able to reason within her head, within the Three Oaths, that, like, they are dark friends. Because they're, like...
Based on what?
Well, that they're, like, attacking the Dragon Reborn.
But she doesn't know that they are.
She can see those leaves. She knows what they are.
Maybe, yeah. I think it's a stretch of the Three Oaths, but sure.
Yeah, I do as well.
I think this whole episode is stretching a lot.
Yeah.
Of what the episode... about what the show has... Not even book stuff, but, like, what the show... Like, I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to be.
Yeah, Ishamael could literally
do anything?
Anything else.
Why is his sword on fire?
Why is he grabbing the blade of his sword?
That's so fucking stupid.
Oh, because he had to get
yeah, because he has to get
I
that.
guess. Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry, that was so bad.
Yeah.
He just walks over and stabs him.
Nothing's wrong.
Why is he disintegrating?
He's Voldemort.
The first half of this finale, I felt pretty good about it.
Yeah, me too. Doesn't one of the Forsaken, like, disintegrate away when he dies?
Maybe.
I think...
No, I think he does in the sky fight.
Also, that is so far away for the one power. Although Moraine is fairly powerful.
This got real dumb real quick.
Above the Watcher shall the dragon be proclaimed.
Yeah, except no one saw it.
Oh my god, is she just gonna, like, throw up
Banner
a
doesn't
fireball?
exist. No one saw what Rand did.
No, Lanfear told her to raise the banner, and she's gonna make a fucking banner. It's...
Okay, at least...
No.
But still, nobody saw Rand do anything.
Exactly.
So there's just gonna be a banner?
I mean, I guess all of the Sanshin ships got destroyed, but he didn't
Nobody
even
can
do
see
that.
that. They're within walls.
Yeah.
No one on the street can see what happened. Oh, it's Charizard.
That is not Charizard. That looks more like Falcor. Why are they not terrified? A flaming serpent just appeared and might attack them.
This is
Why
so
are
confusing.
they cheering?
They have no idea what happened.
They don't know who he is. They're like the White
Nobody in
Cloaks
this
came
world
in.
knows what a dragon is.
No.
Because it isn't a thing.
No.
God damn it. This got so dumb at the end.
They're like, that White Cloak
Hey!
saved us. But the White Cloaks don't use magic.
The Damane up there, she's
So it
so
makes no
pleased.
sense. I don't. That makes no fucking sense.
Nynaeve, you don't get to step up there. You did nothing today. You were useless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perrin has a magic shield now, apparently.
Apparently.
Matt, all you did was throw a dagger at Rand poorly.
No, he summoned the heroes.
Okay,
and he
he
fought.
summoned the heroes,
Matt, look, Matt earned a spot.
Matt earned a spot.
Matt did something.
Elaine healed Rand a little bit.
A little
Is
bit.
that it? Is that the end of the
that's
season?
The end, yeah. You didn't think that was gonna be the end?
No, come on. No, okay. God, she's so hot. The snakeskin shirt, I'm so into it.
Can someone
probably
make
like
me
alligator,
all
but-
of her outfits, please?
Oh, man.
It's like dragon skin.
What? Last little present from Ishamael.
Oh no, so sad.
Where are the others?
His house now. All 5 of them are.
Cool. That was rad.
It's a good introduction to her.
Mm-hmm.
I'd help you, Randolph.
All right. I think in terms of final stingers on an episode, that was much better than season 1 and sets up the rest of the show in a very interesting way.
Yeah, for sure.
Mo Gideon is a great character, and I thought that was an incredible introduction to her.
Yeah. Because she's a weird one in the books, but this makes her a little bit scary, even to Lanfear. Like, Lanfear is very clearly worried, and we know how competent and manipulative Lanfear is. So it gives the audience a good idea of what they're capable of, and she's like, oh, fuck, Rand, like, you know, like, say, hey, help you out, because you're fucked now. So that was a good final beat.
Yeah. I think that if this show did not have to have, like, payoffs of character arcs, like a television show does, and it was just about how cool you can write villain scenes, it would be a very good show.
It's like the opposite of the books.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that everything else is always kind of tossed away for beats that are supposed to be cool, but I don't think work. But if it's just, hey, how cool can we cast and write for our villains, I would give it props. Lanfear's great. Mo Gideon's great. Ishamael, great. All 3 of them.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of our main characters' arcs, what are we doing?
Lacking. It's okay. Starting with things that I think are an interesting choice, like, and not in a, I don't mean that in a bad way, but having, first of all, killing Hopper was rude. That was so hard to watch. Holy shit.
Yeah, way to have to change the back half of the show.
Yeah, but I think it could work. Like, not I'm like, oh, what the fuck are they gonna do with it? I'm like, oh, it makes sense. Like, it gives Perrin a better connection to the White Cloaks and a more personal connection to Dane, and also
but one
to
that
the
you
wolves.
can't overcome. Sorry, we can't talk about that without spoilers. Let's talk about what happens in the show, and then let's talk about book stuff later.
Cool.
Okay. I didn't mind that, except that Emin Valda then gets up and runs away and leaves Perrin lying there on his back.
I mean, yeah, Valda's a fucking coward.
I guess he seems like he's very willing to fight in the show, so I don't know that I agree with that.
Yeah, but only from positions of power.
Yeah, Perrin is on his back with no weapon. The only reason Perrin survives that scene is because they kill Popper and then run away before he can grab an axe. They literally just leave him alone to grab an axe, and then he grabs a shield, and it is a magic shield that helps Egwene block magic?
I think it was a metal shield, and Ishamael was wearing fireballs, and so it deflected the fire.
The first half of this episode, I want to talk about that first, because the first half of this episode is legitimately fun and good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really understand the White Cloak sending children to just have them be adults. I found it very strange that the White Cloak sent a bunch of kids to drop the smoke.
It's not weird at all. Banner boys are usually like
They hold
11.
the banner. They don't go first.
Yeah, but they're
you
not
don't
about
make your
to...
front line children.
They're not the front line. They're completely hidden, right? They can't. They're not old enough to
because the Sanchin
fight.
don't do anything. But the Sanchin not doing anything is very strange. The Sanchin basically just let them get all the way to the walls with the smoke before they go investigate.
Well, yeah, because they're like, "What is this weird smoke? What is this natural?"
Again, it's the show once more doing military strategy so poorly that it is hard for me to get invested in it.
What was poorly strategized?
The Sanchin should go check out the smoke before it is within riding distance of the wall.
Okay.
And they just
there were only
don't.
like 2 of them.
But again, why?
Because there's a gate this big.
Again, if the smoke. Okay, those children were walking for 45 minutes. They saw the smoke in the distance. You would send someone to go check what's going on. You don't just let the smoke get all the way to your wall.
Fog.
Yes, magic fog in a world of magic you would.
They don't
fog
know it's magic fog.
Okay, it is because it doesn't make any fucking sense for that fog to be encroaching on the city for no reason and staying in place despite the fact that it's a relatively breezy day. Like,
how do you know it's breezy?
Because you can see people's hair moving in the scenes. It's a coast town. There's gonna be wind off the ocean.
Only where Moraine is off of the cliff.
Sure. My point is that it much like the crossbow wall that they invented for the season 1 episode 8, this revolves around military strategy that is just so nonsensical in order to get people places.
It made sense to me.
Then maybe that's it. Maybe that the show is just making it for people who don't want that stuff to be tighter, and that's fine, right? Who aren't as interested in it.
Like, they have a way to detect when like weaves are being cast, magic is being cast. And so if no Damane is like, there's channeling over there, they're just going to be like, oh, there's some weird fog.
You still send someone to check it out.
It's fog.
But fog doesn't just appear for no reason. Fog is a phenomenon that we understand.
They're in a different continent. Look, I if the Sanchin were native to Falme and we're like, this is a weird thing that doesn't happen here ever, I would totally understand, but they are an invading force from a literal different continent from across the ocean. They've probably seen fog before in their countries in different places and been like, oh, that looks like fog, and here it's in this place.
I guess it's just weak to me. The structure of all of the combat in this was weak, in my opinion. I think that the
actual fighting. Yeah.
Let's put our magic users on top of the highest tower so that they can only see what's happening in certain streets
makes total sense to me, because otherwise you can only see what's directly in front of you.
Yeah, but then you can protect your people. You can, like a Damane is more valuable in having one Damane with a Soldam in a group of soldiers in the fights rather than only being able to shoot fireballs that are going to kill as many of your own people as the other side. Why would you move all of your magical strength to one location where it can get knocked out by one trebuchet?
Well, because otherwise you can't see anything, right?
But
if you're in a giant city.
But you don't need to pepper everybody. You need to protect your soldiers. Your magic users are more valuable keeping your people alive than they are killing your friends with friendly fire because they're just shooting fireballs from the top of a fucking tower.
We've never seen Damane protecting soldiers. They are offensive only. We've only ever seen them attack. And so I don't think that it's worth
But that is defensive. If a group of soldiers runs into a courtyard in front of your Sanchin soldiers, and in that moment the Damane can shake them up by shooting a fireball into that group, then your soldiers can go pick off the rest
But
relatively
they can see
easily.
that happening from above.
But they can't. You cannot, like, they're not that accurate. They can't, you can only see the angles that you can see in streets. So you're missing large sections of the fighting because there's buildings in the way.
Luckily, the White Cloaks dress in white and the Sanshin dress in, like, darker colors. So it's very easy to be like, pew.
If you're lucky. But I just... It doesn't really... I'm happy that it makes sense for you. I think that it was a weak choice to get all of the Mane in one location so that they could be wiped out easily and not have to explain why anything else happens. I think it was it was more cost-cutting, and the problem I have with this episode, ultimately, and I want to talk about things I like first, but I will say this. The problem I have with this episode is it felt like the bargain basement version of what this should have been. It felt like a cheap... We have to, like, shoestring budget the Battle of Falme and make everything the version of it that is very affordable. We're going to have 13 Heroes of the Horn. We're going to...
I mean, the second half, I will agree with you.
But the combat stuff, right? Mm-hmm. All of the channeling is going to just be fireballs. Like, there's going to be no variety in the magic.
That is one thing that, like, really bugs me is that, like, the weaves that you can... There's so much more than just lightning and fireballs. And yeah, they use that a lot in the books, but, like, there is so much more to the magic that is shown that, like, we haven't gotten to see. It's like you can heal people or you can throw fireballs or you can make that, like, shield thingy, and it's...
And so the way in which this was shot and conceived, cutting the sky fight for Rand walks forward with sword slowly and Ishamael just doesn't move out of the way. Like, all of it is just cost cutting. And and the thing that it is cost cutting on is the fantasy elements of this fantasy series. And like I've said, like, I don't want to compromise on that. I want the fantasy show. Yeah. I don't want this to be like Game of Thrones. But this still looks cheaper than Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones did cavalry charges well. Game of Thrones had, like, armor. Granted, I actually really like the White Cloaks armor, but had armored battles that I think were a much better shot. I don't at me about the broadsword fighting. I know the broadsword fighting in Game of Thrones is kind of tacky, but it just doesn't... It's not how broadswords work. But it doesn't matter. They looked
but it's
good.
Enjoyable for the audience.
But and it looked consistent and it looked good. This was like, it's fine, but I don't want fine. You have money. You're fucking Amazon. Spend it on making this shit fantastical instead of making it as small and contained as possible, where you film the fucking final fight in a way where it looks like it was on the volume. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know. As this episode went on, I got more and more disappointed because the beginning's strong. The Lanfear stuff in the ways is good. Yeah. The opening scene takes up... We'll talk about it in spoiler chat, but, like, the opening scene, while I think is very weird lore-wise, cool.
Yeah. No, I agree with you there. It is weird, but, like, I don't hate it.
Using the Eye of the World that they made to have, like, the channelers around it was, I thought, a really cool visual. Yeah. They make Luce Theron kind of evil looking. Huh? They shoot Luce Theron in this, like, upward angle that makes him appear very condescending and, like, almost like he's the bad guy in those scenes, which is so interesting because it's from Ishamael's point of view. Yeah. Right? The only problem I have with it is that the show has done so little with the establishment of what Luce Theron did that he seems incompetent in season 1 with the woman for the scene they did there, and then he seems evil here because it's from Ishamael's point of view. Yeah. And so I'm hoping at some point they show him not seem like he's the worst.
Or maybe their take is that, like, Luce Theron maybe wasn't great. And that Rand has to be better.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure, it just kind of takes out some of the tragedy of the madness if Luce Theron was already kind of a shit. And if, like, the reason why...
Really. There is nothing related to, like, maybe being, like, not the best person you can always be at all times to going mad and murdering everybody that you love.
No, but I mean the show version of... he did it when it wasn't necessary versus the book version of... This is from the opening. This is from the prologue, so I don't feel bad saying this.
No. The book spoilers are for after this point in the books as well. Yeah. Like when, yeah.
The book version is that the war with the Dark Friends was so desperate that he did this. It was like trying to seal the war was this like last ditch effort as the world was falling apart.
Yeah.
The show version is that things were kind of fine, but he did it for his own ego.
Yeah.
And so the tragedy in the books is that he did it as this last ditch effort and it worked. He saved the world. And because he saved the world, he goes mad, creates Dragon Mountain, starts the breaking. But Lews Therin does save the world first, because the war is so bad that it's the last thing that he can do. And by sealing the Dark One away again, he does the last desperate thing in the world, saving it.
I don't know if breaking the world means saving it. I think
But he
giving
saves
too
it.
Much credit.
No, he saves the world from the war, which is destroying everything. The world is completely falling apart. He
and then
saves
the world
it.
completely falls apart.
But that's because he creates Dragon Mount, and that starts the breaking, which is the
Dragon Mount starts the breaking? Since when?
Since the books, since that's what happens. Yeah, the creation of that mountain the creation of that mountain destabilizes the earth, and that's what starts the breaking. That's in the books.
No, what?
Yep. I'm not even joking. That is literally just what happens in the book. That's how the whole series starts. He saves the world. The Dark One puts the taint on the power, and then like all the men go mad, and so they start destroying the world because of the taint on the one power. But it starts with Dragon Mount.
Wow, I'm really glad I missed that because that is so fucking goofy.
What do you mean it's goofy? It totally makes sense. The eruption that creates Dragon Mount throws off the entire... If you created Everest in a location, it would throw off our tectonic plate system wildly. You would have tsunamis and you would have horrible weather conditions. Add on to that every other man starts going mad, and they're all way more powerful than men in the modern time of the ship books, right? It's men who are actually powerful all go mad at the same time. They start blowing everything up. The breaking it was what, like 100 years of madness.
Yeah.
But it starts with Dragon Mount. Dragon Mount is like the inciting incident of the breaking.
Good to know.
But Lews does save the world first from the war that was destroying the world.
Right.
And it does work, right? He does lock the Dark One away until this.
Right.
But this version, like, I don't know what Lews did other than lock the Forsaken away. But it doesn't seem like he locked the Dark One away.
Well, no, that's what he said he was going to go do. In last season. So he must have locked away all the Forsaken and then been like, I'm so cocky, I'm gonna go fight the Dark One.
Yeah, maybe. The choice of not having Ishamael be the one to... And I guess it doesn't really matter. It just matters because it is something that I love about the series, is the scene between Ishamael and Lews when Ishamael allows him to be sane for one last second before he destroys everything.
Yeah.
To have Ishamael not there for that scene is like weird to me, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice that like I don't hate it.
They had to
come up. Different take.
They had to come up with when the Forsaken were locked away because that's the choice that they went with.
Yeah.
So again, it's them having to create that scene.
And it's not
there to justify something that they created for the show that isn't in the books. It's not to. That's all it is, right?
Yeah, because the Forsaken are locked away with the Dark One, and so his seal's weakening means that they can kind of get out. But this in the show, they're like, that's a little too wishy-washy. We have to make it intentional, where like this seal belongs to this person, so that the audience has a better handle on it.
But now that Quendiar can be broken, it's not that it's like falling apart because the world is falling apart. There's some pretty big changes.
No, it's Ishamael knows how to break it. Ishamael's the only one who breaks.
Which he doesn't in the books. None of the Forsaken know why the Quendiar is reacting the way that it is. No one knows. They've again, it's just things that they just keep adding stuff in here.
Really, I think they simplified it.
Except that you now have to write your own ending. And I think that the thing that this show, if it gets all the way to the end, is now going to deal with is they have to completely write the ending of the series.
Yeah, we'll get to that in spoilers. Yeah.
Let's keep talking about things that we liked. I think
those are things you liked?
I like the scene. I don't like the implications it has, but I do like the scene. I thought that it was shot really well. I think that like shooting Lews as the villain of that scene is good. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying it's an interesting choice to shoot him as the villain of Ishamael's arc there.
Yeah, definitely.
The opening scene I think it starts really strong. The scene in the ways is great. Lanfear shooting them out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And then true power teleporting Rand and her out of there.
Yeah.
Because you can't. I don't think that you can travel in the ways, but you could probably true power travel.
Oh yeah, probably.
And there's no sign that they disappear. They just disappear, right?
Yeah.
So like that's cool. Like I love that scene.
Yeah. Lan and Moraine are finally back together.
Lan and Moraine. As much as I don't like that storyline this season,
yeah,
the scene of them talking up until the like, no, I was able to say that because you were always my better. All right.
Well, shut up. That was cute.
Yeah.
Because look, Moraine knows that she will sacrifice people in like a bad way before the Dragon Reborn, and like I think she views that as like a strength of Lan's, that like to care for the individual lives of people, and that's why they balance each other out in this like quest that they have.
I just think that if you've always viewed him as your better, why weren't you honest with him before? Like, it just gets.
You tried to do the dumb CW thing of driving him away that he's
and that's
safe.
that's why I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because if they had met in season 1, and this was about them trying to figure out if they can trust each other, and we get to this moment, I would not have disliked it as much as they've been working together for 20 years.
Yeah.
And and it's all just been secret stuff that Lan didn't know about.
Mm-hmm.
So we can get to the scene that ends something that I hope never comes back, and we just never discuss again. But that scene was great. It was very well acted by both of them.
Yeah.
Most of the acting in this episode was pretty solid.
Yeah. There was a lot of good stuff.
I love Padden Fane tempting Matt with the dagger.
Yeah, Padden Fane is great. Like
he's so good.
I
would love to watch him do Shakespeare. I feel like he's like a Shakespeare guy.
Yeah, he'd be fantastic. And honestly, it's like kind of goofy, but what Matt does with the dagger and making it into a spear, I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
Wow, you just hated this episode.
I don't know how I feel about that. No, I don't hate that. I don't know how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love the loophole element of it.
What do you mean?
I'm trying. I don't know. The Matt thing, I don't know how I feel about.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm not trying to shit on the show. I don't know how I feel. On the one hand, it's fun for him to have a weapon for this episode. On the other hand, I don't know that it pays off anything in this arc. His arc is very confused to me. I don't know what I don't know what he did to earn it. I don't know what he did to want it. To
the dagger?
And any of the victories he gets in this. I don't know what he as a character.
I mean, he stabbed
and
Rand.
You have to. I get it.
He
In
lost.
book 2, he doesn't do much because he's sick the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Show version. What does this guy do to be the hero of the Horn in this moment? And I don't know that they've built any of that up. They had a weird drug tea scene in the last episode, but
which didn't really influence anything in this one at all. Unfortunately,
it had nothing to. Other than I think that it took his memories, because then he says I remember, but I don't know what he forgot because the show has not set up that he forgot anything.
No, he says I remember, and then he's like, I've fought with you, like we've fought together. I'm a hero of the Horn. That's what he remembers.
I know. The show is just it is the like. We just keep doing this where like. You've chosen the least interesting version, because Matt is missing in the book version. Matt, when they take the dagger out of him, which happens in the show, so I don't think that's a spoiler. He doesn't remember things, and so when memory stuff happens, it matters because it is affecting his character because he's trying to piece these memories together.
I don't think he's lost memories in this.
But we're not. I don't think he's going to.
Yeah,
I think that is gone.
So I don't think that matters in the show.
But I don't know what the memories matter. Like
what memories?
It is the climax of him saying "I remember" is the climax of his arc, and then he gets to be a badass from then on out, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know why that matters to him. Memory doesn't seem to be a thing that's been played with him. There's not like a.
It's because, like, he took the tea, and his mom was like, you're a piece of shit. And then he's like, oh no, I'm a hero of the Horn. I'm a good person. I have, like, earned my right to be here and to be a hero.
Based on what, though? What does he do in the show, in these 2 seasons? Why are we giving him, like, the hero moment?
He's a hero of the Horn. It's his past lives. It's not what he did. He doesn't become a hero in the Horn in that moment. Archer Hawkwing is like, we have fought together as heroes of the Horn for however many years. He doesn't become the hero in the Horn in these 2 seasons. He already was one.
Okay, but do you see how that is just being like, hey, we haven't done anything with this character in 2 seasons, so we're in the finale, we're just going to give him this thing that isn't in the books.
It's the same hard reset that Robert Jordan gave him. He is now going to be a different character.
Except that he's not Matt Coffin. In any way, shape, or form now, they have stripped, the show version has stripped away anything related to his personality, to his character, and they just keep giving him lines from the books and giving, like, they're basically like taking Mad Libs out of the books and being like, oh, Matt Coffin has a spear thing with a blade at the end, right?
Yeah.
We'll just give him that.
He can't say I'm no bloody hero anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Like, but they've stripped away everything that makes him Matt Coffin.
Oh yeah, he is not Matt.
He's just a nice guy. He's a generic, bland, nice guy. That's all Matt Coffin in the show is. There is nothing from the books about him in this character.
Yeah.
And so that's why I don't know how I feel about it.
I hear what you're saying.
The scene where he rolls the dagger onto the spear, it's not that scene is bad, or that him blowing the horn is bad, or that anything he does in this is bad, because I actually think I think Donald Finn is amazing, and I think that there's a lot that's well done. I think him fighting the Sanjay Guard and Padden Fane, that whole scene in the hallway is good.
Yeah.
Him reuniting with Perrin is really lovely.
Yeah.
But there's no character to this guy. He's just nice. And other characters put him in places, and he keeps he gets bounced around, but like he doesn't make any choices. He doesn't do anything. He's
really good at finding loopholes.
Blandly nice. And that's not who Matt Coffin is. That's not him as a character at all.
Yeah.
In any way, shape, or form. Fair. Right? And so they've just I don't know how I feel about it, because they've just taken this character that I think is much more complicated later on in the books. I get that. He gets more interesting after book 3. But they've taken out the potential for him to become that guy by just making him a good friend dude.
Yeah.
And it's a choice that...
Because he's definitely not... Yeah, he's not a nice guy in the books. He's a fucking asshole to Rand. Like...
He's a prick sometimes.
Yeah.
He's a gambler for fun. Not out of desperation. You know what I mean? Like, they've sort of softened every edge of him into a very well portrayed character by Donald Finn. I don't want to blame the actor at all, because I think that he's great. His smile is charming as fuck, right? I could see him leading men into battle.
13
but there's
of them.
Nothing else about this person that I find particularly interesting. Okay. And so I don't know. I don't know how I feel, because I'm like, oh, these scenes are good.
Yeah.
But like, who the fuck is this guy? He's done nothing in 2 seasons to earn a hero moment.
Yeah.
But he gets it. And it's just tough, because I think that the idea that, oh, Barney quit and so we had to rewrite the season, so we changed everything. Why did you take him out of the season? Did they get him later, and so maybe they were already filming season 2 and they didn't cast Donal until much later, and so that's why he doesn't do anything the whole season? He's just in the finale, really?
Yeah, maybe.
He gets cradled by Ishamael
stuff near the end, and like we inserted it back. Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough, because Matt, I think, they have so much potential to make Matt better in the show than the books, I think. Matt falls off. Matt is a roller coaster character in terms of quality of writing.
Yeah.
And they've kind of stripped him of anything interesting, in my opinion. Same with Perrin. Why was Perrin here?
So that him and the White Cloaks could have tension later.
I guess. I don't know what it does for Perrin's arc.
What do you mean? Perrin just murdered a guy.
It starts a new arc for him. I totally agree with that. I don't know what it pays off in terms of what this season has been teaching him. He just kills a guy in a scene, and then he wields a magic shield. This show, like, weirdly, this show loses everybody else. And it loses I would understand if the Jeffrey Bornhold thing was more tied into like where Perrin was going all season, but because Perrin wasn't really going anywhere, it's just sort of like he does what he did to his wife again.
No, this was intentional.
Yeah, but he still takes an axe and stabs someone in the stomach.
Yeah, but there's a big difference between accidentally turning around and like hitting someone as opposed to picking up an axe and swinging it at a person out of revenge.
Sure, but why doesn't if you're gonna do that, have it affect him? Tie into the fact that he like have him be like, oh my god, I just killed a guy with an axe. This is what I did to my wife. Pay off an arc. Right?
Yeah.
He just kills the guy, takes that guy's shield, and runs off because there isn't time to do anything with his arc.
Well, no, he doesn't run off. He has to literally be pulled away because he's in this, like, frenzy.
Yeah. I guess they're saying, like, oh, he's wolf crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I figured they were going for, yeah. Yeah.
This episode, I'm struggling right now. There's a lot of stuff why were the Sanshin on the beach?
In the ships?
No, Moraine starts channeling at the ships, and then all of a sudden there's like 20 Sanshin soldiers that come and attack Lan so that Lan has something to do in that scene.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I just figured that they were like patrolling and on their way back to the city because it was under attack.
Maybe.
I don't know.
There's a lot of choices. The top of the... I'm struggling right now. The Egwene stuff, I really don't like. I get it. It's fine. There is a narrative about modern television that they're pushing a narrative of wokeness, and I don't subscribe to that. And I don't want to subscribe. That's not why I'm making this argument. But like I said during the reaction, it is harder to fight that narrative when you don't let certain characters have flaws in favor of other characters having flaws. And Egwene getting to have all of the big moments is, in my opinion, going to lean into that narrative harder and is going to push people who are on the fence towards that narrative.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be ammunition for it to be lobbed against, like this show in particular.
And I think that her saving herself was dumb as shit. And in the moment I was like, oh, I don't hate this. The more I think about it, the more I don't like it as a choice. I think that it is the only thing Nynaeve does.
I agree with you there. I think that like I wish it had played out more that she's able to get the collar on the girl and then they are both helpless against one another.
Sure, that would be fine.
Right?
And then Nynaeve and Elaine come and release them.
So that they have something to do this episode.
Or just have her get the collar on the girl and have the Saddam, who's excellent. That actor, he is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, as the Saddam, as Rena. I don't know the actor's name off the top of my head.
Horrifyingly good.
Truly wonderful. As a performance. Have that Saddam realize that they can channel and let Egwene go because they're so horrified at the realization that they can also channel.
Sure, okay, yeah.
Instead of having...
I mean, technically, they do let Egwene go.
Because Egwene is choking them to death with magic.
Sure.
Which is... And that's where it gets dumb to me.
But they're not being choked with magic.
No, but Egwene lifts her... because the character,
the character,
up with magic, right, to choke her on a spike. That does not compute with me with how the Adam is supposed to work. Because if you can push someone off a bridge with the one power while you are tethered to them, oh no, I just pushed them off the bridge. The fall is what killed them. The Adam is the rules around the Adam make no sense.
I mean, the rules are definitely different than they are in the books, anyways.
But the way they're explained, I don't think they are.
No, they are, because you literally see like the Saddam is getting mad at Egwene for not channeling when in the book Egwene doesn't have a fucking choice. The Saddam literally controls the power. Egwene is a conduit.
Yeah.
And so that, I think, is a weird choice because I think they wanted to give Egwene defiant moments in a way that was easier to understand. But it really, it changes like how that thing functions because
in a way that does not allow for the defiance to. That like makes it so that the like full compliance that you see doesn't really make sense because it's easy to kill people but not be a weapon.
Well, and it changes things if they bring something in later on, which we'll talk about in spoilers.
Yeah, because you know who's.
Yeah.
Well, and that's my biggest problem with it is once again they have changed something in a way that makes the future of the show have to be rewritten. This season, despite being better than season 1, pulled the show further away from the books, not closer to it.
The show's better than season 1. I don't know if I agree with you there.
Episodes 5 and 6 of this season are better.
Peak. Definitely peak. Overall, I don't agree with you. There is so much that I really love about
that's
season
true.
1.
You know what? No, I just like episode 5 and 6 of this season are the best episodes of the show.
Absolutely.
100%.
And then honestly, like I think it's like it's the episode 1 or season 1, most of season 1.
I don't want to accuse anybody of anything. I don't. But I want to say this because I do mean this. I don't know how you can be a fan of the books, getting to make the show, and not get excited about certain moments and the creation of them. They're the things that they cut are the things that I would have started with and worked backwards from to make sure that they can happen.
Yeah. Like the sky battle.
The Ingtar scene, for me, is the scene where it's the first time it's the first time a dark friend...
The way that this season played out, I had a feeling they were going to cut it because Ingtar doesn't even fucking matter. He just whines about the horn.
Sure, but if I was writing the show, that would be the end of episode 7. I would have ended the penultimate episode with Ingtar's last stand because it is a dark friend turning against the dark, and I would have let Rand see that. It would have been, like, for me, that is one of the most thematically important moments in book 2.
Yeah.
Even if it's not the most plot important, thematically, it's one of the most moving scenes from all 15 books. It is Ingtar's final beat. Do you remember when we got to that on book club?
Yeah.
The way in which our chat was so stoked to talk about that because it means so much to the community. And it's why
to the series as a whole.
It's why I wonder, like, about the writers and what their connection is to the books. Because it seems like they aren't taking the moments the community wants to see and making sure they're in this.
Mm-hmm.
And that, to me, is a really dangerous path to walk in an adaptation this expensive. If you're not spending this kind of money, you can get away with fans being upset about stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
But if your fan base doesn't feel like they are going to get the beats that they're excited about seeing adapted into live action, they'll stop watching, or they'll wait until the season's out and they'll go, well, I'll wait until someone tells me. And that's a killer on streamers. And this is why I'm like, when you're adapting a book series as beloved as this, you kind of have to go to the community and be like, what are the things that they care about? Especially in the early seasons when you're trying to build the audience of a show.
Yeah.
What are the things that are going to go viral? What are the things that they're going to share their excitement over?
Who's going to be making the TikTok with the green screen background with Sion going?
And it's something that I think Game of Thrones did so well.
Yeah.
Is the things that I loved about the books. There's a lot of changes. But the scenes that when I would go to conventions and I would sit around a table with a bunch of nerds I didn't know talking about Game of Thrones, the scenes that we would bring up as the things we remembered from A Song of Ice and Fire, all of those are in the show. And they're all handled really well.
Yeah.
And they're all almost exactly what they did in the books because you know you're adapting this thing. You need 100 million people to watch it. You have to get that core audience the moments that they want.
Yeah.
And I think that this show, in trying to do its own thing, is cutting too many of those beats. And if your audience starts to think like, oh, well, maybe we won't get Doom Ice Wells. Maybe we won't get this. Maybe we won't get that. Maybe Perrin's the Nemesis is cut. Maybe the Matt's arc is cut. People won't show up because they're like, well, I'm not going to get what I want out of this.
Yeah.
And I think they've put themselves in a dangerous position at the end of this season because there's going to be a lot of people. I really want to watch the Brandon Sanderson thing now.
Me
There's
too.
a video of Brandon Sanderson watching this, complaining about it.
I want to watch.
And I have a feeling he and I are on the exact same page.
Yeah.
Brandon Sanderson, I would love to talk to you about just everything, just life.
Just have a little
if you're ever done.
Yeah. No, I would find that infinitely fascinating.
I think cutting the sky battle is
tragic.
Is such a mistake.
An absolute tragedy. Look, here's the thing. If you were to say, what in the Great Hunt, what is most important to see? It'd be like Ingtar scene, Heroes of the Horn, fight above Falme.
Yeah.
They did.
I would say 4 is
half of one of those 3 things.
I would say 4 is the one that they kept, which is Egwene's domains situation.
Sure, but that's not like a moment. That is an arc, and which I think that you absolutely have to have. You cannot cut. I mean more like singular moments. They did out of all of those half of one of them, because there's 13 Heroes of the Horn, and it was kind of sad. Like, if you had just had the rest of the heroes
I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
Be mist behind them in the fog, fine. I will buy that there are more people there, have kind of maybe ghostly outlines or shapes, or people falling down of their own accord if, like, mist comes by them. Like you know, something like that, if you don't have the budget to have all these actors be, like, 100 fucking Heroes of the Horn. Okay. That was fucking pathetic.
I like the costumes.
Yeah, costumes look good. I know you're like, yeah, Uno. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me, but okay, fine. Fuck it. Apparently, any old person can be a hero of the horn. That's why Matt's there too. It's fine. But whatever. That's not.
When we were talking about it in the books, there were characters I was like, this character should have died and come back as a hero of the horn because it would have been fun. We talked about that in the book club, and the books never did it, and so I'm glad that this
Uno
is doing it.
But Uno did nothing.
But he did it in past lives. Remember, it's not about the arc that we see on this show; it's about what they did previously that matters.
No,
you just made that same argument with
No, because
you just
Uno
made that same argument
look
with Rand.
like that. Uno wouldn't. Uno, look, if
Barkid always looks the same.
Yeah, but like. So you're saying Uno was a hero of the Horn ages past?
Yes, because he wasn't in this life.
Oh, okay. I thought that was supposed to imply because he was wearing what he just wore when he died and everything, like he looked like that like that something he did there.
I assume they're all wearing their last life's clothing. So their clothing updates every time they die.
Okay. Okay,
yeah.
Sure. Yeah, maybe Uno has been a hero of the Horn for 80,000 years.
Okay, maybe.
That's fine.
Wait, theory time. Maybe all of the heroes of the Horn, most of them, are alive in this age, so they couldn't get blown too. But they will die by the next time the horn is blown in this age, and so the next time the horn is blown, there will be more heroes of the Horn because they've died in this age. It's possible. It could happen.
I just kind of hate the idea in this world of reincarnation
that there's 13 of them.
The same people over and over again get to try and better themselves in the world, and that everyone else just gets to be fucking farmers and like peasants. Like,
but this gets into what we talked about in the literal last episode of A Memory of Light, though, right? Which is the Wheel of Time's like weird connection between Eastern mysticism and reincarnation and the Western Jesus myth.
It doesn't work.
Right? And like it's where that is a thing that I totally agree with. It is the idea of like chosen one prophecies in a world of reincarnation.
These 7 people get to be anything special. The rest of you can go fuck yourself.
But you have to live over and over and over and over again. But Rand gets to be the hero every time.
This is why I'm like, I get Ishamael. If I do it, I fucking get it.
I'm with Lanfear.
Fair. Yeah, fair. No, the hero moment was fun for Matt. Like
the fight on the bridge looked okay.
Yeah, it felt like it was like trying to be cooler than I felt like it was, but I didn't hate it. It just was kind of sad.
I really didn't like the I Remember. Because it is playing on something from the books that isn't in the show that you're not going to do.
Yeah,
so
it's a little silly in context of just the show. Maybe that's for like book readers, but the book readers are being there, or they're sitting there being like, how though? I
ultimately, like, in my opinion, I think that when you are adapting something that has never been adapted before, this changes if you're second and you have to do something different. But when you're adapting something that's never been adapted before, there is a responsibility in some ways to provide the audience with the reason why that thing was popular.
Right.
And I don't think the show is doing that. Massima, not named. Massima is going to be really impressed with Rand moving forward based on what?
Massima hasn't seen him do anything.
Yeah, the choice.
Nobody has seen him do anything because there was no sky battle.
Yeah. The news of what happened won't spread because people will be like, "Oh yeah, there was a Charizard in the sky."
I hate this. I hate that a fiery lizard shows up and the people are like,
"Wow!
Wow!
It's the Illuminators."
What if that comes and
Gandalf!
eats you?
Gandalf brought fireworks.
Like, yeah, you don't know where that came from.
Well, and
if it's sentient.
It's on the tower where you know the evil people's magicians are, and they've been shooting fireballs at you this whole time.
Yeah.
So, like, why would you assume that something good is happening?
I don't know.
It's because the show isn't thinking its own actions through, and this is based on show stuff, right? It's not even comparison stuff.
No, that I hate.
The show,
not based on it's changed something.
Like, did they think that we were gonna fucking lose our minds over Rand slowly walking into Ishamael and then him disintegrating into dust? Like he's like why?
I think that
is it supposed to be cool? Because it isn't.
Yeah.
Also, having Perrin, Nynaeve, and Elaine walk up the stairs together. Elaine has a fucking hole in her leg, and Perrin
in her thigh
allows Nynaeve to carry her, even though help Nynaeve carry Elaine up the stairs.
Elaine is walking pretty much just fine. She's Gucci. She doesn't need her major arteries. She's like in the scene before, she's like, right? And then she's like, I'm fine. Now, maybe Nynaeve is the best fucking wisdom that has ever wisdomed. And is like, wait, I got this in my bag. Do. And it's like basically magic. But that was so silly that they appeared at the top of a tower that would have been 30 flights of stairs minimum. Also,
what the fuck does Elaine, who was at the tower for 6 days, know about healing?
Oh, that's true, because she showed up way later. Maybe 2 weeks. Give her like 2 weeks.
I don't even... Well, maybe it's 2 weeks. How the fuck does she know how to heal the most complicated wound in the series? Like, it's... But
Moraine, it literally takes everything out of Moraine to fucking help Matt. And then, like... Here's the thing, though. Loyal healed on his own. So Rand would have been fine.
The dagger disintegrates everything.
Yeah. Except it doesn't anymore, because it's attached to the spear.
No, it still does. I guess it cauterizes the wound behind it.
But Matt stabs so many Sanchin that do not disintegrate.
No, you hear it, though. There's like a little sound when he stabs people.
Yeah, that's the fire. That's the hot, like the
Oh, no, I think that
Ishamael...
I think Ishamael disintegrates. So that Ishamael...
Oh, I'm not even talking about Ishamael. I'm talking about, like... Didn't season 1... Didn't...
What?
No, sorry, I'm thinking of the books. Never mind.
I love that Lanfear has been blessed with eternal life.
Oh, yeah. Super useful.
What?
You have to live forever.
Why is she scared of Mogideon if she can't die?
She can be captured and tortured and...
Can she? She heals.
She also can use the true power, so I don't know why she's scared.
Was that a true power shield?
Shield? No, it wasn't a shield. It, like, cut her. It was, like, like razors.
I know, but she can still channel. That scene, as cool as Mogideon's interaction is, I don't get it. And this is the problem, is the show is just so willy-nilly. This episode was so willy-nilly with the rules of this world.
Yeah.
Ishamael is so incompetent for no reason. I guess he just wants to die, but then why did we build up to it then? If he doesn't want to make a go at it, why are we here? Like...
Yeah, I really cannot believe we didn't get a sky battle.
I love that they were all together on top of the tower at the end, as if they all did something, and Nynaeve is just there, even though all Nynaeve did was get Rima captured. Congratulations, Nynaeve. Show Nynaeve is useless compared to book Nynaeve. Because Book Nynaeve
Look.
at least channels when she's angry, and Show Nynaeve can't channel at all.
Yeah, because in the book she can at least like make herself angry, especially when people around her are getting hurt.
Which is what she does in the Arches.
Yeah.
But that's the only time she channels this whole... No, and against Leandrin in the kitchen. Those are the only 2 times Nynaeve channels the whole season.
Yeah.
And, like, I get it. She's blocked, but, like, she's in danger. She's always able to connect when she's in danger or angry or, like if... I don't know. I just can't imagine that, like, the fighting the Trollocs in the Two Rivers would bring her any less distress than Elaine has just been attacked right in front of...
Yeah.
us.
Sorry, I was trying to see what...
Oh, what the strike update is?
SAG-AFTRA said. Yes?
No deal.
No deal.
Yeah. So who knows when you'll see this? Should we just move on to spoilers?
Spoilers.
Was there anything you liked that I didn't mention? Padden Fane's great. The acting, I just want to say, across the board this season, the acting has been pretty phenomenal. The CGI has been really much improved.
Yep.
The CGI looked really good in this. Even Charizard looked great.
Yeah. It's Falcor. Charizard has wings.
I know, it's just the color of Charizard, so I think that's the...
Sure.
Oh, it's a wingless Charizard, for sure.
Yeah, no, I think...
I found Rand to be very bland this episode.
Yeah.
They really did not give him room to, like, emote at all. Because he's injured so quickly.
All Rand did is murdered a bunch of Sanchin in a split second, have a quick chat with Ishamael, get shielded, and then stab him. That's it.
Yeah, there just wasn't a lot of room. He didn't get to have the reunions that everybody else gets. Like, Matt and him have one, but Donald does most of the acting in that.
He kind of has a reunion with Egwene, and is like, hey, like, I'm sorry. I was trying to, but...
The choice to make him so stoic in all of that, I don't think was the right choice.
Yeah, spoilers.
Yeah. But the acting, great.
Spoilers. So, yeah, I don't know
Where do you want to start?
They can really do the male Adam in the same way.
What do you mean?
Because...
It's a different triangle. It can literally function differently.
I mean, I guess, but when you establish a set of rules for an object...
This show does not care about the rules.
I just mean the fact that, like, Egwene can choose not to channel when she has the Adam on means that Semiraj, who's not even in it, so it doesn't matter.
No, because even in the books they're different.
Force...
Yeah, because in the books the male Adam is more dominating than the female Dom. That's why you need 2 females to use it.
It's not more... The rules are the same.
No, the male Adam is even more restrictive. That's like
How?
when it's introduced. That's what the
Adam is already the most restrictive thing ever.
But I remember that being in the books.
That it's more restrictive how?
That it gives you like full control over somebody.
But the Adam gives you full control over somebody.
I'm just saying what I remember from the books. Like
Semiraj cannot make Rand nearly kill Min, right? Because the Adam functions.
Well, I don't know
completely differently.
Rand
right?
and Min ever see each other again.
Fair?
Because we don't get one of my favorite moments from the end of Great Hunt, which is that Min finds Rand and is cradling him and realizes that she's in love with him.
Yeah.
And Lanfear walks in and says, well, you can have him for now.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't read all this to find out. I'm like, so I'm assuming Slayer's cut. Because you've cut like the reason why Slayer and Perrin really go at it, right?
Really, why?
Because Hopper's dead.
They're
They're killing everyone really early.
Yeah,
Uno's dead, Hopper's dead.
I think you can still have Slayer.
So the show cannot have Moiraine pass Landsbond forcibly now, right?
Why?
Because Swan kind of like made a big deal out of that in the last episode. And they kind of just did a whole season of like, no, I actually trust you implicitly now. if they have Moiraine break Lan's trust by doing that in this version of it, I feel like it would feel very different.
Yeah, honestly, and here's the thing. Just have her give it to Nynaeve.
Yeah.
You don't need the fucking ring around the rosy of it. That's fine by me.
So in terms of changes, are the Aelf and Eilfin cut?
I think so.
So does Moiraine not go through the door? Because it's kind of important. Rand figures out how to beat the Dark One, and Moiraine does a lot of Moraine's actions come from that. And also Moraine's whole plotline happens there. But Matt now remembers being a hero of the Horn.
Yeah.
Even though that's not what he remembers. He just is a great general. He's been a great general a few times, and so he has like battle strategy. He doesn't remember being a magic combatant, which are different things. Right?
Yeah.
Like they're not those aren't equatable. Matt has memories of leading men and does not want to be a hero of the Horn. And it is, in the final book, the thing he does not want to be. He is, like, upset about the idea that it could be true.
His whole personality is, I'm no bloody hero. That's why we have a fucking t-shirt for it.
That's gone. Like, that is just completely cut. Matt as a character is just a nice guy. Unless in season 3 he just inexplicably becomes a different person again.
Yeah.
But like I don't know how you do Matt in this.
Yeah.
This Matt is not gonna date Tuon. He's not a scoundrel.
Cut Tuon, I don't care. Fucking hate Tuon.
Is Suroth dead?
Maybe.
What do you mean maybe? Moiraine blew up all of the ships.
Yeah, you can get flung out of a ship and swim to the shore.
No, but she has to go home.
That is the question.
So, like, did they just cut... Like to me, destroying all of those ships and Suroth not escaping is very strange. Because how does she get back to the Sanshin to bring Tuon? How do they get to Ebu Dar? Also, the Damane suck at fighting.
Yeah.
They're not really that threatening.
They just keep throwing the same fireballs over and over again.
The reason they win in the fucking book is because the heroes of the Horn overwhelm the Sanshin to a degree that is like, holy shit, what do we do? And they leave. Yeah. They run away.
But the Damane can't be competent because there's only 13 heroes of the Horn.
So, like, now the Damane aren't... It just isn't that... The Damane aren't scary to me anymore. Moiraine could kick all of their asses very easily.
I feel very, like, let down.
I'm very let down right now.
Especially because, like, when the episode started, I was like, oh, shit, okay.
There was, like, 25 minutes where it was pretty good.
Okay.
I agree.
And now I don't know.
They have written them into a position where they have to rewrite the entire end of the series. And good luck. Like, you have to come up with something really good. And I think that's a strange thing to do to yourself.
Yeah.
I think that, like, you have created a comparison game now for everything moving forward because everything is different.
It's, like, the most I've ever seen deviate from, like, a book to, like, show or movie adaptation. What?
You sure about that?
Yeah, like what?
You sure about that?
What?
You sure about that?
What? I'm genuinely serious. What?
There's a movie.
Which is much closer to the source material, which is saying something, than this is.
We're joking about Aragon.
Piece of shit.
I guess that movie's just bad. It's not.
Yeah, the movie's just bad.
That much.
There are definitely like a couple of choices that they make where I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking that's different? But like in general, they don't. If they were to make that series, for example, nothing they changed in the first movie would affect how they have to do the ending.
Yeah.
That is not the case for this.
But like, I don't really understand how I don't understand how they're going to move forward with the next, because the next season is going to be The Shadow Rising, and it is going to be closer to the book. How? Like,
they're just gonna ignore everything and go to the waste.
But that's not closer to the book.
To Shadow Rising?
Yeah. How do you get Rand and Elaine to spend enough time together in the Stone of Tyr that they build a relationship, but then you also have Elaine go back to the White Tower, and then Elaine gets sent with Nynaeve and Egwene to Tenchiko by Swan to go root out the Black Aja. How do you do all of that in a season when you're not already in the Stone of Tyr? They have to get to the Stone of Tyr,
feeling.
defeat 2 Forsaken. Like, it can't be closer to the book because the book is... They're not, nobody's in the right spot.
I wonder if the girls, like, never go back to the White Tower.
Well, they can't go back with Moiraine because Moiraine is a fugitive working with the Forsaken now.
Yeah.
Right? Like...
So maybe
Varen
Moiraine
can never go back to the White Tower.
Maybe,
Alana can never go back to the White Tower.
Maybe Moiraine sends them to Tenchico.
Hey girls, I know that you don't know how to fucking do anything.
Elaine, you've been here for like 3 days, but
Elaine has no idea what's going on. Elaine doesn't know these people.
She just wrong place, wrong time, wrong friend. She chose poorly.
So like I don't understand how you do Shadow Rising. I don't understand how you get I guess maybe they use portal stones at the beginning of the season and teleport.
Maybe Elaine gets trained by the wise ones. And
sure.
They all go. I don't know. I do not know.
I just it is big stuff that I'm like the way that this left off leaves them in a position where I legitimately am like, you have to write something new. You can't do Shadow Rising. Perrin can't just go to the 2 rivers now. Maybe he does. Maybe he's like, I'm done. My life's... I'm good. I'm going to go home.
Yeah, he's like, I murdered somebody. You know what? I can't do this anymore.
Well, and now he's killed someone with an axe again. So, like, are we still doing the, like, Perrin doesn't want to be a warrior shit? Are we going to do 3 seasons of that? Of him being like, well, I don't know. Are we going into season 3 with Perrin still being like that? Because, like, Perrin, I would love for that to be fucking over.
Look, Perrin had almost no personality this season, unfortunately. Like, if you were to be like...
He almost puts his ring on the lantern. It's such a good start to his season. It's such a trajectory. It sends an endpoint for the season. Something to do.
Only character thing in this whole...
It never comes back.
Season. Like
they don't tie that off at the end of this. Why?
Like, if you were to be like, what kind of a person is Perrin based off of what we have seen... Based off of what we have seen on this show here for him.
He's inquisitive. He asks a lot of questions.
Sure.
He's good. He's a good guy. He saves Aviendha from the cage.
Good guy. But in a similar way to Matt, he's just kind of like nice guy.
Yeah.
Like they don't have a lot that's interesting about them.
Nynaeve is mean and incompetent.
Nynaeve's not that mean this season.
Yeah, she is. She's rude and aggressive in almost every interaction that she has.
Yeah.
Going back to the drinking the dirty water.
I mean, yeah, that feels very much like the books to me, though.
I'm not saying it's not like the books. I'm just saying that book Nynaeve was also very competent and got to do things. And so it was okay that she was frustrated with her block because she would find ways around it.
Uh-huh.
And show Nynaeve doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Show Nynaeve is mean and rude, but doesn't back it up by also getting the task done.
The only one that I really feel like honestly had a satisfying arc in this season is Egwene. Egwene goes to the White Tower and everyone pays attention to Nynaeve. Egwene works her butt off trying to learn something. She loses her friend. She like makes a friend. She she mourns Rand, right? Like she's like trying to write letters to like Matt. Like she has all these like things going on that inform the audience of who she is as a person and how she deals with things. There's enough there for us to get an idea of who Egwene is, and then she gets put into this horrific situation, and we see how that she deals with that, and then we see how that the end of that arc ends with her making the choice to kill the Soldan. And so I think Egwene has really interesting and like I would say like complete like season arc.
And I think Madeline Madden gives an incredible performance in the second half of the season.
Yeah. And then I think that Rand kind of does. Rand has.
I don't know that I agree with that.
Has a couple interesting things. Not like Egwene. But my point is, our main characters are Rand, Egwene, Moiraine, and Nynaeve, and Matt.
No. The main characters are Moiraine,
I'm saying of the
Lan. No, but I'm saying of the show.
That's the problem, right?
Moiraine and Lan have the easiest arc to follow, and it is an arc to get them back to where they already were.
Which yeah.
And they're not with everybody else for the finale. They get to have, even in Falme, they get to have their own arc. And there's a chunk of this episode that is the two of them on a beach.
And now, like, Rand doesn't understand. Like, he's like, there's a weird fucking dragon serpent. Who did that?
No, that's so true. Why? Where did the dragon come from?
What is that? What is a dragon? What is this lizard thing? Where did it come from? Who did this? What kind of weird, like, pranked bullshit?
They should be freaking out that this dragon appears. They should be losing it. Who's casting this giant piece of magic? And they're like, cool, we're gonna go stand and have our heroes shut, even though we don't know what is happening.
Yeah, it is very goofy.
Ishamael disintegrates, and then a giant dragon appears, and they're like, we did a good thing today.
I don't get it.
I also love that Ishamael was an illusion once, but then the second one wasn't an illusion. Like, why did he make the... I guess he knew that Matt was going to throw the dagger, even though Min's vision was that he would stab him with his hand.
Yeah, I mean...
But, like, Ishamael knows how it's going to go down.
Look, the vision would have been so much better if all it showed was, like, the dagger, Rand, Matt, and then some, like, omen, and Min is like, you're going to stab him. Mm-hmm. And she... Right, because the cool part about Min's visions is that they are... You can interpret them, and some of them she's like, I just know this.
No, not in the show. In the show, they are
But in
literal.
the show, they are literal, and it's just less interesting because then you're like, well, he didn't stab him with the dagger.
But
he, like, threw it with a javelin.
Kind of literal, yeah, because they are not exactly literal.
Because you see Matt beside him.
But the damage that Egwene and Nynaeve took in season 1 in her vision was exact. It was literal to what happened later on in the episode.
True.
So, like, that is confusing. Also, Min is just forgotten about in the last 2 episodes. She like doesn't do anything except evil stuff, and then she's like, "Wait, don't go! Wait, don't go, Matt!" And then he goes anyway, and she's like, "Oh well," and then just doesn't come back.
Yep.
Because Matt gets teleported.
Here's the thing: Min is season 1. Min runs away.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2. Min gets drunk.
Yeah, they've really, like, her character is so different. She's just not, there's none of the sweetness of Min in the books.
I know.
And what's tough is that Min is the only one of Rand's ladies who has that.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't want all women to, I'm not, like, trying to be like, women should behave. It's that, like, Avienda and Elaine and Min bring 3 different things to their relationship with Rand.
Yeah.
And Min is the one who is there for him when his heart is broken.
Yes.
And so this character, I don't think can be that.
Yeah.
And so she's just kind of like, her and Avienda are just very similar.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like sexually crude, a little bit older, a little bit like more...
I love how Rand is like, who are you? She's like, Elaine. He's like, I love you. Like...
I would have liked for Avienda, Bane, and Chad to have dialogue this season, or in this finale.
That'd have been nice.
I guess they kind of do when they're walking up, but...
Barely.
I don't know. I'm like... I thought we were going the right direction. And then I think that this was just narratively a very confusing thing to watch.
And unsatisfying for so many of the characters.
And part of it is their fault, right? They did not use episode 7 to set up the finale. Yeah. Episode 7 was to do something else.
Yeah. And
then the finale just sort of happens. And so there wasn't a lot to pay off because they didn't really give room for it. Like, honestly, like, Lanfear and Ishamael have more narrative payoff in the finale than any of our main characters do. And that's fine because they're great, but, like, Lanfear's about to... Oh, we're in spoilers. Lanfear disappears for a while.
Yep.
Like, Ishamael's gone. Mogideon's not going to get collared because it's very easy to get out of them. Because you can just channel non-lethally and do whatever the fuck you want to the person holding your collar.
Yep.
But, like, lethally, non-lethally. I don't know. I just think that, like, I think that they were like, oh, we're going to have Egwene save herself. It's going to be really cool because, like, girl boss. And I think that it was that was the choice where this went. That was the scene where the rest, nothing from there on, in my opinion, is good.
Yeah.
The entire rest of the episode, until the Mogideon scene, which I think is actually pretty good, even though I don't really understand why Lanfear is so scared of her. Because, like, no. But
maybe it was an act.
no, because it's after Mogideon leaves that she, like, is like,
true.
oh my god, that was Mogideon. I'm so scared of her, even though I have the true power right now and she doesn't. Whatever.
True.
Everything from Egwene saving herself to the end of this episode, I think, is we're going to have to spend season 3 with them doing what they had to do in the first half of season 2, which is justifying what we just changed and making the rest of the story work again. And I think that episode 5 and 6 got them back to the point where they could have just done the book ending and it would have been great. And instead they were like, no, we're going to change everything again. So episode 7 as well. Episode 7 and the end of this episode have now irrevocably changed things to a point where you have to change literally everything moving forward. Because most of our main Aes Sedai characters are now fugitives from the White Tower, which is just a massive thing to have to deal with.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's a big thing that Moiraine cannot be around other Aes Sedai without being in danger from now on. Right?
And Varen and Alana.
And Varen and Alana. Unless Swan gets deposed immediately, and they just go right into that. But that's very early because we also have to introduce the Black Aja first, I think. Unless you're going to introduce the Black Aja and split the White Tower all at the same time. While the girls have to go back. Like, yeah.
Maybe Varen and Alana get Swan deposed.
No, because they just worked against all of those Aes Sedai. I'd be like, no, you were just evil. You just helped the Dragon Reborn escape, Varen and Alana.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just, like, yeah, it's tough because if Swan is going to get deposed, right? Mm-hmm. Are the girls just not going back? Is Elaine just not trained at the White Tower at all? Because then why does she care about the Aes Sedai later on in the series?
I don't know.
That care is gone. I don't think that I don't buy that any of those 3 girls give a shit about the Aes Sedai at this point.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you get that back at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm confused by the choices here, and I'm curious to see what they do in season 3. It'll be fun when it comes out. But in terms of an episode, that was a lot of me just... The second half, it was a lot of me just... I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to end the video. We just talked for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yep.
Are you surprised?
No.
I am. I thought we were going to like it.
I thought we were going to like it, but...
People are on Twitter saying that it is the greatest fantasy episode of television ever made.
What?
That it is as good as Game of Thrones at its peak. Literally. So I had very high hopes.
That would be like if the fucking people in King's Landing, when Daenerys was burning shit down, were like, yeah! Like...
I just don't know how you could compare this to, like, the Mountain versus the Viper fight and say that, like, this is the greatest episode of fantasy television.
I mean, they could have just put that fight between Rand and Ishamael in the sky, and then, yeah, maybe it might have been.
It would have, even given all my other reservations about this episode, that alone would have saved so much for me.
So much.
Just because it is the catalyst for the world changing because people saw it.
Yes.
And now, like, we saw the red-headed Dragon Reborn fight the guy in the sky. There are paintings drawn of it. Like, Aleda hangs the painting. Is that guy
redhead? I can't tell from here.
Aleda hangs that painting in her office to remind, like, it's an important beat, and the dragon has not proclaimed himself here. Moiraine made a dragon in the sky.
Yeah.
Rand didn't do anything at the end. He just stands there. That's not proclaiming. Unless the proclamation is next season.
Maybe.
But why not end with the proclamation?
I don't know.
Just let him magically amplify his voice and end the episode with him being like, "You are safe now. I am Rand al'Thor, and I am the Dragon Reborn. I will save you." Something, write it better than that, obviously. But, like, just end with him actually proclaiming himself instead of Moiraine proclaiming him. Because that... whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just tired. I did not like that very much. And it's time for dinner. So, You okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. If you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave me in comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry and we must feed her. In this episode, that algorithm goddess is... I mean, it's got to be Egwene, right? Because that girl can be everything.
I was going to say, it's probably Nynaeve because she was hungry for something to do, but...
I can't give it to Nynaeve after her...
It.
Nynaeve is a bench player that like has 3 minutes of court time and got 0.0 rebounds, 0 assists. She was present.
Sports.
I would, you know what? Nynaeve gets a participation trophy.
Great. Love that for her.
If you want to follow us on the internet, you can do that. I'm at Nerdy Nightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
Do something nerdy tonight, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.